Hello! I hope that you're fine today. This is Rudolph, and I'm going to be giving you a very short lesson on tenses, English language tenses. Tenses. Good. First of all, you need to know that tenses in every language are the heartbeat of verbs. In fact, verbs use tenses to indicate when an action took place, because in simple terms, verbs are actions. So, what are tenses, therefore, in the English language? Tenses are an expression of two things. First, time, and second, aspect. Now, what is time? Time, as far as tenses are concerned, simply tells us when an action took place. That means when a verb took place, because verbs are expressions of action. So when an action took place is time. And then aspect is going to tell us probably, for how long that thing took place, or did the thing finish? Did that action finish already, or did it continue for some time, or will it take place in the future? Well, not really that. Well, if it should take place in future, will it continue for some time before finishing, or things like that. In essence, time here has to do with the past, the present, and the future, whereas aspect has to do with the simple. So we say simple aspect, the continuous, the perfect, and the perfect continuous. All right, once you have this knowledge that tenses simply have to do with time and aspect, tenses being the past, present, and future tenses, and aspects being the simple, continuous, perfect, and the perfect, continuous aspect, then you've already kind of gotten the English language tenses in your head. It's very easy, unlike tenses in other languages like French language and so on. Let's get going. Now, once with this kind of knowledge, you realize that we are going to have altogether like 12 different tenses in English language. So when we talk about tenses, sometimes students get to really wonder if they can ever master all the tenses in the English language. It's possible. It's very easy if you take it from here, because you just have 12 tenses. That means 1, 2, 3. Let's do a little bit of mathematics. 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, and 4. It gives you 12 different tenses in the English language. Let's take up this one. Okay, what do we mean? We have the past, the present, and the future times. Like I earlier said, it's time. I'm going to take up this one. I'll take up English language so we can have more space, because I just have a small board. I have to manage with a small board for now. Up here, well, let's put a line here, and let's run some of the line this way, and this way, and of course, this way. All right, take this one up. So we have 4 aspects, 3 tenses. We remember that we did some little, multiplication. Yeah, was it multiplication? Yes, multiplication. So first of all, we have here the simple, let's roll a line down. We have the continuous. Let's roll some of the line down. We have the perfect. Roll last line down, and we have the perfect continuous. Continuous, which has the last box. Let us take a very simple verb like the verb dance. I like dancing. I'm certain that you also like dancing. So we have the word, let's put it here, dance, which of course is a verb, because when we talk of tenses, we talk of verbs. So we use the verb dance, like to dance, okay? And let's just try to conjugate it. You know, conjugation will be very easy with this, okay? So let's use the verb dance here. If I need to have a past, let's consider the verb to dance in the past tense or the past time. That means if I'm talking about the fact that I danced maybe yesterday, sometime in the past, let's take it on this line, okay? So you have the past time and the simple, which we are going to call the past simple tense, because time and aspect are joined together to form tenses. So for me to have the past simple tense of the word dance, is a verb dance, simply, for example, it's going to be danced. The past continuous was, well, let's put this in the middle. So was dancing, the perfect. So past perfect, we're going to have this had danced, and the perfect continuous had been dancing. The same things for the present time. So if I want to tell somebody, okay, I probably am dancing at the moment, you know, or I dance, you know, the present, I'm going to have the present simple tense, you know, okay. So dance, which remains dance, the present, to dance, so I dance. The continuous, I am dancing, so likely we have, well, let's take it this way, dancing, okay. The perfect continuous, perfect continuous we have here, let's see, I hope I'm not taking it, yeah. So the perfect continuous is going to be have danced, have danced. The perfect, also the perfect, yeah, so present perfect is going to be have danced. Sorry for that little mix up. And then the present perfect continuous is going to be have been dancing, okay. And lastly, we go to the future. So if I want to talk about what will happen in future, I simply come down here. I'm going to have future, so future simple, okay. It's going to give me will dance, will dance. You know, the future tense always uses modal auxiliaries. Yeah, so will dance, the continuous, will be dancing, okay. The perfect will, or let's see, will have danced, and lastly the perfect the future perfect continuous, it's going to give you will have been dancing. Cool. Every other verb in the English language is conjugated using tenses. And the best way for you to understand which tense to use is to understand that tense has to do with time and aspect. And every verb in English can be conjugated in 12 different tenses. It's very simple. Well, the goal was just to get your attention to knowing what tenses in English are, and probably how many tenses we have in English, and how we can easily get to conjugate verbs in the English language using both time and aspect, that is tenses. In the next lesson, perhaps we meet again, we can now talk about how to get to know how to conjugate verbs in these different tenses. That means I would like to teach you on how you can conjugate the verbs in the different tenses, which we've talked about, up to 12 of them. So basically this was just a trial or test lesson. So I'm certain that once we get to hook up, you're really going to enjoy the English language. We make it very simple and we make it just cool. You can teach other people. You can use it in your school for business purposes or for just conversational purposes. Thank you. My name is Rudolph. Catch you.